BMC has approved door-to-door vaccination service, as a result of which what we are seeing is at various societies door-to-door vaccination is being conducted, which is at the society level. Vaccination is conducted, and particularly here where we are today at Kalpataru, they have conducted the door-to-door vaccination wherein around 500 people have been vaccinated in one day. Similarly, around 2,000 to 3,000 people are residents here, and they would continue this drive for 2 to 3 days. This helps reduce the risk of COVID infection and also helps people avoid the rush at vaccination slots, because the COVID slot wherein people are not able to access slots will get reduced here, and people can come directly to their doorstep, that is around closer to their house, and get vaccination.
We have made arrangement from seating to vaccination to the restroom, and in restroom we have a doctor there, so if anything happens the person get immediate attention. Plus there is an ambulance standing, so anything happens we have talked with the nearby hospitals and we have arrangement if further some complication arises. So we have taken good care of the safety of our residents as far as possible.
Like Bhaktivedanta Hospital, they have done great job. It's a fantastic arrangement. The way they have handled, absolute professional. See, I myself have taken somewhere out, but this kind of arrangement I have not seen anywhere. And being a residential complex, non-professional, it's a great job. My compliment to, I am one of the committee member, my compliment to committee member, chairman, secretary, residents, volunteers, all of them have done fantastic job.
And our staff basically have done really great job. The staff has done such a beautiful job of making all the arrangements, being there, guiding the people, and they're really amazing.
And complete dedication.
Then there is an IT team, because we had to do the registration for last 8 days. Like paying the money, giving them slots 10 to 11, 11 to 12. So everything was done. Like everything went so smoothly that it all happened because of the joint effort of the all committee members and the staff and the residents, of course.
वैसे महानगर पालिका संचालित केंद्रों के ऊपर आपने देखा होगा कि पिछले 15-20 दिनों में भारी भीड़ हो रही थी, और ये भीड़ के कारण सीनियर सिटीजन से लगा के स्टूडेंट से लगा के सभी को परेशानियां हो रही थी। स्पेसिफिक 18 to 44 के वर्ग में केवल प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल में स्लॉट बुकिंग में ये लॉट अवेलेबल था, जिसके कारण भी लोगों को काफ़ी परेशानियां हो रही थी। महानगर पालिका ने इसका नियोजन जिस हिसाब से किया था, डोर स्टेप वैक्सीनेशन, ये सोसाइटी के नीचे एरिया में पिछले महीने में महानगर पालिका कमिश्नर ने इसकी पॉलिसी बनाई, और ये पॉलिसी बनाने के बाद सोसाइटी, हाउसिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स या आजू बाजू की छोटी बिल्डिंग का भी क्लस्टर, ये सब मिलकर डोर स्टेप वैक्सीनेशन का काम कर रहे हैं, जिसके कारण महापालिका के संचालित केंद्रों पे भीड़ कम होगी, और भीड़ कम होने के कारण सभी को वैक्सीन आराम से मिल पाएगी।
सर, ये जो सीनियर सिटीजन है उनके लिए कितना ज़रूरी हो जाता है पर्टिकुलरली?
सीनियर सिटीज़न जो बेड रिडन है, जो सेंटर के ऊपर आ नहीं सकते, आने के बाद उनको वेट करना पड़ता है, ये सारे परेशानियों से दूर अगर सोसाइटी कंपाउंड में इनको वैक्सीन लग जाती है तो निश्चित वहाँ पे वो अपने परिवार के साथ बैठ के आनंददायक स्थिति में वो वैक्सीन ले पाते हैं।
सर, अभी तक कितनी ऐसी सोसाइटी है जहाँ पे ये डोर टू डोर वैक्सीनेशन होते हैं?
आज 5 सोसाइटी में ये डोर टू डोर वैक्सीनेशन पूरा हुआ है। तकरीबन ईशान्य मुंबई अकेले में 3000 के ऊपर लोगों को वैक्सीनेट किया गया है।
सर, और कितनी सोसाइटीज़ और कितने लोगों को रीच आउट करने का प्लान है ये?
तकरीबन 150 से ज़्यादा सोसाइटियों के एप्लीकेशन अलग अलग अस्पतालों के माध्यम से आए हैं, ऐसी मेरी जानकारी है। और इन सभी हॉस्पिटलों को अब अलग अलग अस्पताल भी, प्राइवेट एंटिटीज़ भी इसमें काम करने लगी है, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट के 50% डोजेज़, इनके 50% डोजेज़ में स्टेट और अस्पताल ऐसा जो कोटा है जिसके अंदर इस तरह के जिनको आवश्यक है और जो सामने से मांगते हैं उन सब सोसाइटियों को इसमें प्राधान्य दिया जाएगा।
सर, क्या पूरे मुंबई में ये अलाउड कर दिया गया है कि स्पेशली ईशान्य मुंबई में हम ये प्रोविजंस कर रहे हैं?
पॉलिसी तो पूरे मुंबई के लिए बनी है, अब थाने ने भी पॉलिसी बनाई है, नवी मुंबई में भी ये काम चल रहा है, और मुझे लगता है कि धीरे धीरे जब लोग ये आश्वस्त हो जाते हैं कि 10 दिन के बाद, 5 दिन के बाद मेरी सोसाइटी में वैक्सीनेशन होना है, तो वो सरकारी केंद्रों के ऊपर भीड़ कम करते हैं, और सरकारी केंद्रों पर हम जिनको कैटर करना चाहते हैं, जिनको वैक्सीन देना चाहते हैं, उसमें भी आसानी होती है।
Even as the positivity rate in Assam is coming down, the case load remains intact in the state, with over 50,000 active COVID positive cases. Till today afternoon, a total of 5,704 positive cases have been detected in the last around 24 hours, and the positivity rate in the last 24 hours is at 4.78%, and a death toll of 83 has been recorded. It may be mentioned that apart from Kamrup Metro, where above 500 cases have been detected, Dibrugarh district in Upper Assam has also detected the highest number of cases. Right now we are at the Guwahati Medical College Hospital, standing in front of the new super speciality building, which will start functioning within a very short period of time. If the government authorities and the Chief Minister is to be believed, then this new super speciality building will be made available for patients within the next 20 days. It may be mentioned that as the case load is increasing, the intake of oxygen, the consumption of oxygen in the state has also gone up, and it is now well above 80 metric ton per day. However, the state continues to be surplus in terms of oxygen generation as well as supply, as central assistance is also being provided. When this new super speciality building becomes active, around 200 ICU and ventilation beds will be again available for COVID care. Rapid antigen test has been intensified in the state, and randomly particularly at the marketplaces, the health department officials are conducting the rapid antigen test as the partial lockdown in the state continues during the daytime up to 11 o'clock. All the markets and shops and business establishments are allowed to function, and as a result, so that the spread of COVID-19 can be contained, the health department have intensified the rapid antigen test in the market areas, and not only in Guwahati but across all the major cities in Assam, as well as in other northeastern states like Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Nagaland. Also rapid antigen test has been intensified. We would like to get a word also from the technicians. आप लोग कब से यहाँ पर रैपिड एंटीजन टेस्ट करवा रहे हैं?
2020 का 17 जुलाई से अब कर रहा हूँ फील्ड पर। पहले तो वार्ड था, वार्ड तो 2020 का जो नवंबर महीना था, 20 में वो नवंबर में वो उठ गया। उठने के बाद फिर 5 महीना हम लोग बैठा था। फिर आपको सेकेंड टाइम जब कोरोना का सीजन आ गया, तब फिर से हम लोग को टेम्पोररी लेबोरेटरी टेक्नीशियन को ले रहा है।
अभी जो आप लोग दुकान जा कर के टेस्ट करवा रहे हैं, इसका कैसा रेस्पॉन्स मिल रहा है? लोग आ रहे हैं सामने टेस्ट करवाने के लिए?
नहीं, लोग नहीं आ रहा है। लोग कुछ बोलता है हम लोग कर लिया, हम लोग वैक्सीन ले लिया, वो वैक्सीन लेने से हम लोग को कोरोना नहीं होगा, ऐसा बोलता है। लेकिन कुछ लोग करने के बाद जो लोग किया है पहले फिर भी कर रहा है। कुछ लोग रेस्पॉन्स दे रहा है, सब लोग नहीं दे रहे हैं। 20% रेस्पॉन्स दे रहे हैं, 80% नहीं दे रहे हैं।
As you can see that many people are reluctant when it comes to testing for the COVID-19. Many people used to run away seeing the technicians coming to conduct the rapid antigen test, but there are also many people who have come willingly forward to undertake the COVID-19 test. It may be mentioned that the COVID stats in the state of Assam have been consistent for the last few days, and the positivity rate is around 5% as on that. The recovery rate has also gone up compared to the number of positive cases that has been coming up on a daily basis. But keeping in view the entire scenario, as the government has been repeatedly saying that they won't want loss of business or the marketplaces and the daily workers to suffer, rapid antigen test has been made mandatory in the marketplaces, and this is how the technicians are going door to door from each and every marketplace, in each and every marketplace, to each and every shop in all the major cities and towns of Assam to conduct the rapid antigen test. With video journalist Ashok, I am Aniruddha Bhakat, and this is Republic Media Network.
Telangana state continues to see a surge in COVID cases, but also at the same time, Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao held a review meeting few days back and stated that super spreaders should be identified from various locations, and also at the same time, vaccination drive should be given to all the people. And also at the same time, we see this is a mega vaccination drive which is going on for the super spreaders here under the GHMC limits. And also we see that all the people like vegetable vendors, shopkeepers, and also daily wage workers, GHMC workers, sanitation workers, all these people have come here for the vaccination drive. This is a 10 days vaccination program for the super spreaders in the Greater Hyderabad area, which is being organized by the GHMC, and also at the same time, the workers in this during this 10 days time can come and get themselves vaccinated. As you can see, this is all the registration process has been taken up, and then after the registration is done, then all these people will be able to get the vaccine. And also at the same time, this free vaccine program has been set up for nearly 3 lakh people in the Greater Hyderabad area for all the super spreaders. And as you can see, various counters being arranged for the vaccination drive. This is a mega vaccination drive being taken up, and also Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao very clearly instructed the officials to make sure that we can cluster the COVID-19 in the state. And as we have been seeing, Telangana reporting near about 3,000 to 4,000 cases on daily basis, and also at the same time we see that various door-to-door surveys, fever survey is being carried up, and now this is a mega vaccination drive which has been going on here in the GHMC, and various other areas have been identified by the officials. And as you can see, this is the observation area. After the vaccination is given, people are asked to wait here for near about 30 minutes. Observation is being done here so that if there are any reactions to the vaccine, then they can be taken treatment here. So this is the mega vaccination drive which has been taken up by the GHMC for all the super spreaders, where nearly 3 lakh people will be getting vaccinated in the next 10 days. Telangana state is under a lockdown, and also at the same time we see that police officials are also creating awareness among the people to not come out during the lockdown time, and also wear a mask when they are out and come out only if necessary. Well, as you can see, we are here at Mehdipatnam Raitu Bazaar, where police officials are creating awareness among the citizens, and also we'll also try and speak to the police commissioner of Hyderabad, Anjani Kumar, and also know what exactly is the situation. Sir, how many cases have been booked among the violators during the last few days?
Before the issue of violation, I would like to mention that Raitu Bazaar at Mehdipatnam is one of the biggest farmers' collection point for sale of vegetables. On an average day, 180 quintals of vegetable is sold here. And during this lockdown period also, with effective management by the traffic police, by the law and order police of the West Zone, and the coordination of farmers and all the dealers here, we are maintaining 140 to 150 quintal of vegetable supply every day. So that shows that how good is the essential supply movement for the citizens of Hyderabad. The second thing I would like to mention, after interacting to a lady here called Jyoti, Jyoti has been selling vegetable here for the last 8 years. And she told me just now that the compliance to use of mask and the compliance of social distancing is 100% here. As a result, though morning 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, thousands of people come here to buy vegetable. But in the second wave, not even a single person has got infection. It is a matter of great credit and pride for all the farmers, for all the citizens, and for all the vegetable vendors who are selling vegetables here. I salute to all of them, and I appeal to all the citizens that this is an example, this is a case study that how one of the biggest Raitu Bazaar of Hyderabad, Mehendipatnam Raitu Bazaar, with so much of pressure of supplying 150 quintals of vegetable every day, is completely free from corona. 99% of the people are obeying the guidelines. However, 1% there are still violations. And that is why, on an average, every day, Hyderabad City Police, we are booking about 7,000 to 8,000 cases. We are seizing about 6,000 vehicles every day. Those who are violating, coming out on the road on trivial issues, sometimes carrying old medical prescription, sometimes misusing the pass. If the pass is given from a particular route X to Y, they are going into Z route. So I appeal to everyone that these are the time when everything cannot be put on the police department's shoulder. Every citizen is a policeman, and every citizen has to police himself or herself first. I hope that in the times to come, Hyderabad will soon see a very good situation when numbers will be very, very less.
That was Hyderabad City Police Commissioner Anjani Kumar speaking to us and stating that there are near about 7,000 to 8,000 cases which are being booked on daily basis, and also at the same time we see police officials creating awareness among the people and also making sure that there are people who do not violate the COVID guidelines and lockdown norms in the city. This is Aneri Shah with video journalist Chandrasena for Republic TV.
You see, I am currently present at the MGM hospital in Chennai, and this is the private hospital where they have provided walk-in vaccination for 45 plus, and COVID portal booking app has been taken for the age group of 18 to 44, and I'll also show you the pictures where this is the process where the people can take the vaccination jab from 18 to 44. The simple process is to register themselves in the COVID portal and to schedule their appointment for taking the vaccination jab. The both Covaxin and Covishield is provided by the MGM Healthcare in Chennai, and also the people who are from above age 45 who are not able to book their slots in the COVID portal and not home to take, so they can also take their walk-in vaccination here. They need to make the simple process by giving out their KYC details here in the vaccination center, and also after providing the vaccination center, they can provide their KYC and other card details have been taken of all the people who are coming for walk-in vaccination and people who are booked from the COVID portal for taking their vaccination. You can see that KYC option is kept for here in this counter, and along with that, after that billing process is given by the MGM Healthcare and here, and after giving their billing and getting their certificate for vaccination, they can take a vaccination jab over here. Both Covaxin and Covishield is provided for the people who wanted to take their first dose and second dose in the private healthcare, and nearly 800 to 1,000 people have been taking their vaccination here, and also 500 to 600 people from the age group of 18 to 44 are taking their vaccine at this MGM Healthcare, and walk-in vaccination is also getting a great response from the age group of over 45, and people volunteer themselves for walk-in vaccination as there's no slots available and very few slots available at the COVID portal. So walk-in vaccination is also provided by this MGM Healthcare, and after taking their vaccination jab, first dose and second dose, they need to be in the observation where people have been sitting here for their observation, and along with that they will be provided with the proper medications, and they will be properly given treatment for the people who are taking the vaccination jab. And also show you the pictures where this is the observation area where people who have been taking the vaccination jab have been waiting here for observation for 30 minutes. And nearly huge crowd, nearly 800,000 people are taking the vaccination at this vaccination center here in Chennai. We'll also go across some of them who have been waiting, who have been taking their vaccination jab. Sir, you are taking your vaccination jab, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
So how are you feeling, sir?
So far, good.
So what's your message for the people to get vaccinated, 18 to 44? You are also from this group, no, sir? So what's your message for the people to get the vaccination?
Get vaccinated as soon as possible, so you can be safe, and you can be safe to others also.
So from the age group of 18 to 44, people are being volunteered themselves as this COVID wave is getting rapidly increased in. I am currently present at one of the crematoriums here in Chennai, and before few days when the situation was very bad in Chennai and in Tamil Nadu, when Tamil Nadu was reporting 36,000 plus cases and Chennai was reporting 6,000 to 7,000 cases, so that time there was a huge crowd getting gathered at this crematorium, and nearly people were waiting to 30 to 40 people were waiting every hour for burying their bodies. And the situation is totally changed now, and the COVID case has also been reduced here in Chennai as the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has implicated lockdown from May 10 to May 24, which have been reflected in the COVID cases, and the COVID case houses have been reduced from 6,500 to 7,000, from 6,000 to 7,000, and the cases have been reduced to 2,000 to 2,500. So currently there is no heavy bad situation here in Tamil Nadu, and the crematoriums are running as usual, which were running before the COVID period, and also the COVID cases have been rapidly decreasing all across Chennai, but the situation is getting worse in the intra-districts here in Tamil Nadu. Well, if you see Coimbatore, Erode, Salem and other districts have been reporting more than 2,000 plus cases every day. So the situation is getting controlled here in Chennai, and the crematoriums are back to in a normal function with the allocated timings and the specific pace which is allowed by the government.
Jeevan Kumar just received his first dose of Covishield at a vaccination center in Chennai, and the process was made easier for him and his family after the Tamil Nadu government and Chennai civic body teamed up to ensure vulnerable groups are vaccinated on priority.
நல்லா இருக்கு.
And நீங்க என்ன வேக்சின் போட்டுருக்கீங்க?
நான் கோவிஷீல்டு போட்டுருக்கேன்.
ஓகே. and என்ன கைட்லைன்ஸ் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? இப்போ டாக்டர் வந்து பேசிட்டு போனாங்க இல்லையா? என்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்க உங்களுக்கு?
அவங்க நல்லா சாப்பிடுங்க, தைரியமா இருங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி.
ரைட். இப்போ உங்களால வந்து இந்த வேக்சினேஷன் இங்கே உங்க வீடு பக்கத்துல இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இந்த மாதிரி வேக்சின் எடுக்க முடியுது. இது என்ன மாதிரி ஒரு கம்ஃபர்ட்டா இருக்கு, இல்ல எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்றீங்க?
இதுக்கு பக்கத்துமா இருக்கு, கொஞ்சம் கம்ஃபர்ட்டா தான் இருக்கு. ஈஸியா இருக்கு.
The Tamil Nadu government, along with Greater Chennai Corporation and NGOs, have come up with a three-pronged strategy to ensure the process of getting vaccinated is made easier for vulnerable groups.
With home vaccination having been the next step for the Greater Chennai Corporation as well as the government to ensure that people with disabilities are being vaccinated at the earliest, as well as people who are in the elderly category. I'm here with DC Revenue and Finance, Vishnu Mahajan IAS. Sir, thank you so much for speaking with the Republic. So you are looking after this that has been launched on Saturday by Chief Minister Stalin. What is the procedure that has been going on?
So the vaccination for persons with disability as a category is something which the state government as a policy has been pushing, and as you know, it is one of the most vulnerable categories, and we must ensure that all of them are vaccinated. So for that there are three modes in which it is happening. One of the options is to directly go to any of the 174 vaccination points, which is the UPHCs, UCHCs in the city, and they can get vaccinated there without having to wait in a queue or having to wait for a token.
The Greater Chennai Corporation started vaccinating people at home, and to ensure their safety, the health staff who arrive at the homes come up with sealed syringes and insulated bags to store the vaccines at the optimum temperature.
Yeah, it's a very good initiative taken by the government of Tamil Nadu. to send the health officials to the house of the patients who are differently abled. So, as my mother cannot even walk, so this has come a very big boost for those people who are currently bedridden. And then I really appreciate the initiative taken by the government of Tamil Nadu.
Families and caretakers of the beneficiaries thanked Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and urged him to continue such initiatives and ensure it was implemented effectively in all districts of Tamil Nadu.
கண்டிப்பாக அவங்க போடணும். ஏன்னா நம்மளாம் வந்து ஓரளவு நடக்கிறோம், அவங்களால நடக்க முடியாத ஹேண்டிகேப்ட் பர்சன்லாம் வந்து இது கொஞ்சம் எதிர்ப்பு சக்தி கொடுக்கும். அதனால் இது மஸ்ட்டு கண்டிப்பாக போட்டாங்க. நல்லா பண்ணுறாங்க கவர்மெண்ட் நல்லா பண்ணுறாங்க. அது வேக்சின் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணி எல்லாருக்கும் போடணும், பப்ளிசிட்டி பண்ணி எல்லாருக்கும் போடணும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் கிவன்ஸ் டு ஹேண்டிகேப்.
The home vaccination drive and the special provisions for vulnerable groups could pave way for other states to implement similar measures. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Enough first to ensure that COVID patients who are coming in by ambulances are being treated at the earliest. Stanley Hospital has started a triage center where color coding is taking place. As you can see, one of the officials had taken an ambulance triage card that has been set in place for each and every COVID patient who comes in from the ambulances. Each and every triage card has its own meaning. Like for the yellow card, this means that a person is tested for COVID positive, while the blue card signifies that a person is COVID negative as well. And each of these color-coded cards represent each of the conditions of the COVID patient, and they have been segregated into 3 categories respectively. These are the 3 categories by which patients are being treated and given triage from right by their ambulances. This, officials say, is going to help cut down time to ensure that more and more that the patients are coming in via ambulances, they will be able to be treated as soon as possible. As you can see, this is one of the triage centers that has been set up with over 100 beds that have been procured. This is one batch. On the other side as well, you have yet another set of beds that have been set in place, all completely fit with each and every individual oxygen concentrators that have been set up per patient as well. A medical team of 12 people have been set up here at the triage center, and as you can see, they are waiting and treating patients who are arriving in ambulances as and when they have arrived, with the paramedics who are sitting here in PPE kits complete with face shield, face mask, as well as the full PPE kits complete. Not only does this give an importance into the medical treatment that will be given, but it also ensures that time is not wasted in treating the COVID patients who arrive in ambulances waiting in long queues. Stanley Hospital is one of the top government hospitals here in Chennai, apart from Rajiv Gandhi Government Hospital and Omadurar Government Hospital, and this is the first of the color coding triage centers that has been set up, with more and more hospitals yet to await to get and look into the color coding triage system that will be implemented shortly. With the rising number of COVID cases, officials and health experts say that this will ensure that time is cut and medical treatment will be given at the earliest. With the higher load of COVID cases that is rising here in Tamil Nadu and seeing the long queues of ambulances, the Stanley Hospital has devised the color coding method for triaging patients right from ambulances. I'm with the in charge here, Dr. Punita. Ma'am, first of all, thank you so much for speaking with us. Please explain to us what is this triaging system that has been devised.
Here at Stanley Medical College Hospital has created a zero delay ward to avoid the waiting time in the ambulances. As we know, many patients are waiting in the ambulances for more than 6 hours, even up to 7 to 8 hours. To avoid this, we have created more than 140 beds zero delay ward. We have created that one month back. So even after creating that 140 beds in zero delay, still many ambulances waiting outside, and patients are waiting outside for this is oxygen. So we have created this color coding system in an ambulance triage. So this is 5 color coded system. This is red card. So here we have one team of our medical doctors, staff nurse, and other team we have here. Once the ambulances reaches here at this ambulance bay, we will categorize the patients in the ambulance itself according to this color code. If the red card means the patients are critical, they will immediately shifted to the designated block, that is ICU ventilator facility block. So next one is this is orange color code. These patients may require our medical doctors, the team of doctors categorize the patients according to this government protocol, 3 categories. According to this category, we are segregating the patients in the ambulance system according to this 5 color coding system. This one is orange color. This orange color patients will go to the zero delay ward. They will get up to maximum 15 liters of oxygen. They will get stabilized there and they will shift to the designated wards. This one is, next one is this yellow coding system. This is positive patients who are a bit stable and still they require oxygen. They will go to the designated. This is new surgical block patients. This is yellow card. And next one is green color. These patients are relatively stable but positive patients. They will go to the oxygen concentrator area, that is super specialty blocks. And next one is, this is blue color coding system. Patients maybe come after post-COVID sequelae or maybe negative patients. They will go to the old IMCU block, designated block in the negative, this is COVID negative patients. So according to this triage system, we are triaging the patients in the ambulance itself, so we can cut short the waiting time in the ambulances. They will get the treatment immediately once the ambulances arrives here. So we could able to reduce the waiting time in the ambulances. And ambulance, before that zero delay area, ambulances are congested. They still waited for more than 4 hours, 6 hours. So this is effectively we can able to manage this ambulance waiting time. We can reduce.
Ma'am, so far, the last 2 days since this triaging, center has been set up, how many ambulances have so far come here, and what is the kind of, push start that you're able to procure? Are you seeing the results that you are deriving from these?
Yeah, those next ambulances arriving here, those we could able to reduce the waiting time. Continuously ambulances are here. Our team is effectively triaging. So almost yesterday we have created this more than 20 ambulances. Afternoon we have without waiting time. We could able to create in one shift. Like this, continuously ambulances coming, and like this our team immediately will go and immediately they are triaging. So waiting time drastically reduced. So immediately they are getting the wards and it will get accommodated and treated accordingly.
And here also we have seen almost over 100 beds that have been set up. What is the kind of treatment that we are looking at giving over here?
The patients, those who require ventilator and higher treatment, will shift to the designated blocks, and relatively stable patients, they will get stabilized here, and we can shift them to the either corona care centers, or if they need higher treatment, they will shift here. Meantime, they will get stabilized here.
With active cases over 40,000 in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the government took the decision that it will promote people to be in home isolation, those who don't need hospitalization. And for the same, the Jammu and Kashmir government has decided that they will be providing the COVID care kit to them at their doorsteps. Right now, we are at a place where these COVID-19 kits are being prepared. This is near the Deputy Commissioner office in Jammu, and this is for the Jammu district, that these kits will be given to those who have been infected with COVID but are having mild symptom or asymptomatic, and that's why these kits are being prepared. They include a paracetamol, apart from this, ivermectin, azithromycin, zinc tablet, vitamin C tablets, vitamin D tablets, and very important is that they are also being given the oximeters, the pulse oximeters, so that their pulse levels can also be monitored and the saturation levels can also be monitored. This is very important, as this is as per the protocol set by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And round the clock this work is going on, and this is just to ensure that people who are in home isolation, they need not to move out of their houses. They should remain in isolation, and the district administration here in Jammu will provide them all the necessary items, the medicines that are needed for this. I'm joined by the health official who will tell us more about this. सर मुझे ये बताइए किस तरह आप ये चीज़ें जो हैं तैयार करते हैं, कितनी करते हैं और कैसे इसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया जाता है?
बिल्कुल सर जैसे कि ये जो किट्स बनाई जा रही हैं ये होम आइसोलेटेड पेशेंट को दी जाती हैं। यहाँ पे हम किट्स की पैकिंग करते हैं। इस किट्स के अंदर पल्स ऑक्सीमीटर होता है, पैरासीटामोल की टैबलेट्स है 500 मिलीग्राम की, जिंक टैबलेट्स है 20 मिलीग्राम की, उसके बाद विटामिन सी की टैबलेट्स होती है, अजिथ्रोमाइसिन है 500 मिलीग्राम जो कि एंटीबायोटिक है, और विटामिन D3 के सैचेट हैं। यहाँ पे ये सारी पैकिंग करके यहाँ से आगे कंसर्निंग तहसील्स में ये भेजी जाती है। तहसील लेवल पे जो टीम्स बनी हुई हैं वो आगे पूरे कोविड पॉजिटिव पेशेंट जो होते हैं उनके घर तक वो पहुंचाते हैं।
किस तरह आप राउंड द क्लॉक जो काम कर रहे हैं और कितनी किट्स जो हैं ऑन अ डेली बेसिस आप तैयार कर रहे हैं और क्या वो सफिशिएंट हैं जो जम्मू डिस्ट्रिक्ट में केस आ रहे हैं उनको कैटर करने के लिए?
सर डेली हम यहाँ पे कोई अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 1000 किट्स तैयार करते हैं और रिक्वायरमेंट जो होती है वो थोड़ी कम ही होती है, तो वो मोर देन एनफ है।
More than enough is the preparation that is being done here, and the daily caseload in Jammu district is somewhat about 500 to 600. But these healthcare workers and the revenue department officials, they are working round the clock without even a single miss to ensure that the load on the health infrastructure doesn't increase, and the people, those are who are in home isolation, don't need to move out, and they make it very sure that these kits are provided to them well within the time at their doorstep. Jammu and Kashmir Police is leading the war against COVID-19 from the forefront, and at the time when the cases are on continuous surge, the Jammu and Kashmir Police has established specially dedicated COVID care facilities in all the district headquarters. Right now, we are in the district police lines, Jammu, where a COVID care facility has been established by the Jammu and Kashmir Police. This is a 25-bedded facility that has been established, and this is not the only facility that has been established in the Jammu district. Apart from this, one another specially dedicated facility has also been established, and this is being done keeping in view the continuous surge in the number of COVID-19 cases. And here, from mild to asymptomatic cases, they will be treated here. Even the oxygen concentrators, they have also been put here just to make it sure that if any kind of contingency arises, Jammu and Kashmir Police is all prepared. And this is being done so as to decrease the pressure which is on continuous increase on the healthcare infrastructure. We have seen there are many cases when there were reports of beds not available, and keeping that in view, Jammu and Kashmir Police has established this kind of COVID care facility so that there is no pressure on the health infrastructure from the side of Jammu and Kashmir Police. And this is really very important because even the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir Police, Jammu and Kashmir, he has stressed upon establishing these kind of facilities. And I'm joined by the SP headquarters, Ramneesh Gupta. Sir, would like to know how you people have established this facility and how you are going to deal with this increasing surge of COVID-19.
जैसे कि आप लोग जानते ही हैं कि कोविड पेंडेमिक अभी इसकी सेकंड फेज चल रही है, तो एज पर द डायरेक्शन रिसीव्ड फ्रॉम आवर सीनियर ऑफिसर्स एक 25 बेडेड कोविड केयर फैसिलिटीज एस्टेब्लिश्ड एट दिस DPL Jammu, and in addition to this we have 22 bedded facility at Kisangarh at Narwal. This facility caters to the police personnel, and even if their families are infected and they require separation or COVID care facility, so this 25-bedded facility at the DPL caters to their needs.
So really important that not only the Jammu Kashmir Police Jawans but also their families, if they need any kind of help during this pandemic, be it the COVID care facility, Jammu and Kashmir Police has opened its door for the families of Jawans as well. And this is really very important, keeping in view the instances that have come in past that there is a shortage of beds or the situation like that. Jammu and Kashmir Police is all set to go through this pandemic, and they are not only leading the war against COVID-19 but also have established this facility to help their own Jawans and their families.
Right now I'm reporting from Gandarbal District Hospital, and this district became the first district in the Union Territory that has achieved the target of vaccination of 100% when it comes to the population above 45, and for which not only the health workers, district employees, but also Anganwadi workers played a great role by going to house and then identifying this bracket of population. It was not definitely easy for these workers, asking people to come out, because first they went for the counseling, they motivated the people to come out and take the jab, and finally today the district administration announced that they were able to achieve the target of 100%. Right now the vaccination drive is still on here in this district hospital, where the population between 18 to 45, they are taking their jab, and administration here believes that this target of 100% getting them vaccinated will also be achieved soon. Talking about the number of COVID cases in district Gaندربل, definitely it has seen a fall. The cases right now are below 100, and simultaneously we talk about the figures in Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, the curve is coming down, but that doesn't mean that administration is not working. Administration still is on tenterhooks. With Vijay Firdaus Wani, this is Zishan Fazal for Republic Media Network in Gaندربل. Recently, LG Manoj Sinha issued an order asking the administration to convert all Panchayat Ghars in Jammu and Kashmir into COVID wellness 5-bedded centers. But here on ground, we'll show you how the Panchayat Ghar looks in Sumbal, Bandipora. As my VJ will show you the visuals, this you can see the stagnant water. The road condition is so bad. In fact, the garbage is littered all around. And when we talk about this very Panchayat Ghar, this is completely locked. There is no such facility as claimed by the administration. That is gonna be 5-bedded hospital, COVID wellness center, plus there will be oxygen support, and also this facility will be connected to the sub-district or the district hospital. But on ground in Sumbal, Bandipora, there is nothing like that. In fact, the idea was to strengthen the health infrastructure of the rural Kashmir or rural India, because the cases are coming quite up as far as the rural areas are concerned. But here in Bandipora district, the administration is least bothered when it comes to the order coming from the highest chair of Jammu and Kashmir. There is nothing on ground. Why is the administration lying to Chief Secretary LG that they have managed to get 5 beds? In fact, the Panchayat Ghars are functioning. On ground, there is nothing like that. If we talk about just Sumbal, Bandipora, there are some 20 Panchayat Ghars, and all the Panchayat Ghars are locked. The garbage is littered around. They are locked. There is no facility, and they have left people high and dry. With Vijay Firdaus Wani, this is Zina Zishan Fazil for Republic Media Network in Sumbal, Bandipora.
Kerala is waging a tough battle against the second wave of COVID. For the first time in a long time, the test positivity rate has come down below 20%. The last data shows that the test positivity rate has come down to 17%, and that has given a lot of respite for the COVID pandemic fight in the state. Meanwhile, the vaccination drive is also going on. Though it is not in an expected pace, still people in the age group, different age groups are getting vaccinated, and even in the age group of 18 to 44, they are also getting vaccinated. And we have somebody with us who is successfully registered. So what's your name?
My name is Hari Krishna.
Okay, so you're registered for vaccination. You got it?
Yes, I got it. I've just taken the token, so I'm waiting for it.
Okay. How easy was the registration?
Yeah, it was an easy process, because after the government announcing that we'll be giving vaccination to the age 18 to 44 years, then we registered using the CoWIN site, and after that, after receiving the dose by the state government, they announced that the persons with commodities can register using their site. Okay. So after many students have pleaded to the state government stating that for the September intake and for the January intake, we need vaccinations to go abroad and study. Okay. And also for the persons who are working abroad also needs vaccination.
So how easy was it? Did the whole process of registration, how much time did it take you?
Hardly 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, because they asked only about our basic information and the CoWIN reference number and just the documents relating to which we are requesting. Means if you are going abroad, the documents relating that.
All right. Thank you so much. So that is one youngster who has said that it took him only just 5 minutes to get registration in the website. Meanwhile, there are a few others also who had spoken, who had said that they were expecting a mass on-the-spot registration. However, the administration has said only those who have registered in the portal, especially in the age group of 18 to 44, will be allowed to take the vaccination. That they are trying their luck. On that front, the vaccination drive is going on. But what is more concerning is that in the last 1 month, Kerala has witnessed a large number of deaths. In the last 24 hours, Kerala has seen more than 181 deaths. This is the highest which has been witnessed in the state. In the last week, numbers also suggest the same. In the last few weeks, the total death has always been between 150 and 196. This is a case of concern, and Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has said that the death toll will continue to increase for the next 4 weeks, and that is what Chief Minister has also said. While the vaccination drive is going on, the state is fighting the pandemic. They're trying to reduce the number. Total number of cases have reduced compared to what it was in the last week. But what is concerning are some of the finer details and the death rate, which is a matter of concern for the state of Kerala. With video journalist Mani S. from Thiruvananthapuram, Ashwin Nandakumar for Republic TV.